2025 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
In one of the most stunning developments you've ever seen in your entire life, the Mavericks selected Cooper Flagg.
It is stunning.
Last night in the NBA Draft. I did not think for a second they were going to take Cooper Flagg.
You're being sarcastic.
I'm being very sarcastic.
It is stunning.
It is stunning
because they could always mess something up. I mean, they went on a 5-month run of literally doing the wrong thing every time. That it wouldn't have surprised me if they would have just been like, they could have picked who, God knows who, yesterday. They could have just been like, well, we just wanted we thought there was a really scrappy defender from Colgate, and so we took him number one.
Hey, look, I mean, God, who was the Colgate? Never mind. They could have screwed the whole thing up. They didn't, and maybe we're turning the corner here. Just maybe.
They deserve credit for kneeling the ball.
They didn't try to pass it.
Don't do anything stupid. Just kneel the ball. Just
they knelt.
Yeah. Keep the possession. And that's what you did. And now you got Cooper Flagg, he's going to be a great player. But here's the thing. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. He might bust relative to expectation if people have unrealistic expectations for what he can be.
Mm-hmm.
If you think he's going to be Michael Jordan or even LeBron or anything like that, he's not going to be that.
No.
But his baseline, his worst level of play, barring injury, that could always happen. But barring injury, his worst level of play will be a good two-way player that you need on a title contender.
Right.
That's the floor for him.
Yes, that's the floor. Again, barring all craziness like injuries and stuff. That's
injury would literally be the only thing that would derail him from being a good player.
Yes.
It remains to be seen if he'll be one of the best, if he'll be a top 10 player in the league throughout his career, but he will at the very least be a good player.
I agree. So that's the exciting part. And then that's going to be something that we are obviously keeping an eye on his entire career. Like, unfortunately for Cooper, like we are going to break down just about every single game, like it's an NFL game in year one.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure we did that with Luka. In fact, I know we did. But Luka came out, and he came out red hot.
He did. Luka still wasn't Luka the first year.
No, because he was thinner and faster and able to dunk.
Yeah, and that led to like a shooting percentage that was like 8 percentage points off his career average. Luka, his first year he shot 42% from the field. He averaged 21 points, almost 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And then obviously a couple years later,
say his numbers again.
21, 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
Dude, if Cooper Flagg averages 21, 8, and 6 year one, we're throwing parades.
See, I think that's the thing. I think 21, 8, and 6 might be who he is.
For his career?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
But yeah, it is. But it'll be efficient, and it's going to be also 21, 8, and 6, and 2 steals and a block and a half per game or something. And he's going to play lockdown defense. Like, he's the raw numbers, that's the thing. You're not going to see in 2023-24 when Luka led the league in scoring with 34 points a game. That's never going to be Cooper Flagg.
No, but it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't. And that's why I say just he might, if you're concerned about bust factor, it will literally only be relative to expectations that someone puts on it. If you're going to expect him to be a 34 point per game scorer, you're going to be disappointed. But if Scottie Pippen was never a 34 point per game scorer, and that's who he's most compared to is Scottie Pippen.
No, yeah, and he was one of the all-time greats.
Yeah,
without doing that,
nobody would pass on Scottie Pippen on this team.
No, absolutely not. So Cooper Flagg is officially a Dallas Maverick. Here he is on Joining the Mavs with Hall of Fame players already on the team.
I mean, I'm really excited. I think I keep saying I'm excited to be a sponge, to get down there and just learn, be surrounded by, Hall of Fame caliber guys, and just to be able to learn from them. It's going to be an incredible experience. I feel so blessed, to be in the position I am, and just to get down there, like I said, be a sponge, learn, and try and grow my game as much as I can.
that is a unique situation for the top pick to go. The top pick generally doesn't go into this situation at all. The top pick generally does not come into a spot where there's other Hall of Famers on the team. Generally, the top pick goes to Washington. And it's got a bunch of guys you've never heard of trying to find their way, trying to make their way. And it's toxic. It's toxic.
Yeah. There's enough toxic here. That's for sure. He's coming in here to follow toxic. He is. And he's here to be the savior. Not only just the savior of them on the court, he is here to be the savior of them financially off the court. That is a lot of responsibility. And to be fair, he seems like the perfect guy. If you needed to put this on any 18-year-old's shoulders, he seems like the one from everything we've heard.
Do you think this is toxic on the floor?
No, that's why I just said it's delicate on the floor. That's why I'm saying when you say it's usually toxic, you're talking about on the floor. I'm saying there's plenty of toxic here. It's just not necessarily the play. That he's walking into toxic in terms of maybe more difficult toxic, which is, hey, we need you to save an organization. We need you to save their image with the fans.
Well, that's a big part of it. That there is that part of it. But he already did. I mean, I think he's already done that.
He's bought them time. He's gotten them a temporary restraining order. That's what he got them.
So you think it's still a...
Dude, there's a lot of people still unhappy with them.
Oh, of course they're unhappy.
Yeah. Nothing's directed at Cooper Flagg, I don't think, from the fan base.
Right.
The fan base likes him, and I think a lot of fans are saying, we deserved this. Nico doesn't deserve it. Patrick Dumont doesn't deserve it. I deserve it. We deserve this. The fans deserve it. So right. I think there's a lot of people. I don't think there's anybody upset that Cooper Flagg's here.
No. You better not be upset. Now, if you're upset that he's here because, it means that Luka's not, okay, there's still that faction of people because he wouldn't be here if Luka was here. They wouldn't have.
If Luka had played, I don't know if Kyrie, they had Kyrie and Luka at the end of the 22-23 season and they ended up in the lottery. So you could end up in the lottery. You still could end up.
They wouldn't have fixed it.
Depending on how slow Luka's. They wouldn't have fixed it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying they still, in theory, it was probably just as likely they were going to get the number one pick, which was about 1%.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think they would. I just feel they would have been, once Luka came back, a team that probably went a little further than they did. So they would. I don't believe they would have
potentially.
Been
yep. Yeah, it just depends on, do all the injuries still occur like they did? Does Kyrie get hurt? Does Luka get hurt again? Is there some sort of other tension that exists?
You don't know. We have no idea how things would have played out, but
regardless, this is. It's exciting, and he'll be.
He's super exciting.
He's going to be a good player. The thing I would say, if I could give any piece of advice to the Mavericks this morning, which they're not going to listen because they just do their own thing, but if I could give any piece of advice this morning is, you are already asking a ton of this kid, a ton. Do not make it any harder on him. From this moment on, shut your mouths. Don't make it any harder on him. Let him just come here and do his best to fix what you've effed up.
You're talking about the front office.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's do it. I was hoping not to play it yet, but let's play it. Bobby's been trying to. So he's been trying to kind of steer.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to steer nothing
into this.
I'm not. No. I don't even want to play it. We'll play it later. We can be all positive this segment if you want. I'm just saying
next segment.
That would be my advice to them. Is just he's got a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Help him out and just get out of the way.
All right, so that's it. Well, so we'll play that at 6:20. But here is Marty Smith. Now this is they had a watch party back in Maine, in Newport, Maine, where Cooper Flagg is from, and man, this was cool. The entire city, town, whatever they call it up there, seemed like they were there, all in their Duke jerseys. They're all gonna be wearing Mavs jerseys. This is gonna have the highest TV rating of any city outside of DFW is going to be somewhere in Maine for Maverick games. But this is Marty Smith. This is pretty cool, I thought, on TV last night.
Welcome to Flag Day in Newport, Maine, where in just a few moments, as the clock winds down, anticipation is building. This community is so proud, not just of the athlete, but of the young man, of the character, of the hard work, of the humility that he exemplifies, that they know he learned right here in Newport. I spoke to his principal, Mary Netto, at Nokomis High School, and she told me that Cooper has completely rewritten reality for kids all over this state. They're watching one of their own, one of them, achieve the ultimate dream of flying highest atop the NBA draft tonight, right now. Let's go!
I half expected Marty Smith to go, we're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona.
I was waiting for and what you gonna do, brother? I thought he was going full Hulkamania. Yeah. That was cool. Like the entire by the way, everyone in that town's like 58 years old.
Yeah. Everybody in Maine is 58 years old.
I have a feeling everyone in Maine is like that old. It's like when I go to Gaylord, Michigan, like the surrounding areas up there in northern Michigan, just in the country, that there's no young people. It's just everyone everyone gets out of high school and immediately is 58 years old. They look it, they act it. That's just like northern country living, I think. And it's country living anywhere, really. And that's exactly what it is. It looked like the gymnasium where everyone was in the gym sitting on those bench seats that they have and where they fold out in the gym floor. They all looked like they were 60 years old.
Yeah. It's just a different vibe where he came from. Now he gets to come run around uptown.
Honestly,
hang out
that's
with the youth.
the most scary thing. That's the most scary thing because he's coming to a place he has no frame of reference how big it is here compared to where he's from. And even in Durham, it's just a college town. I mean, I know it's outside of Raleigh, but still,
it's sprawling. Like the Metroplex is massive.
Yeah, and where he's gonna live. He ain't never seen anything like it.
No, it'll be all new. But I mean, he's also been, even if it's not been Maine, this is somebody who has traveled around to play ball and has been the dude for a few years now.
Yes, he has,
and has probably had to deal with a lot of attention and different things like that has prepared him the right way, I would guess.
It's exciting. It's a fun day. You get to see the Mavs' future. Because we were robbed of our present, but we get the future now.